showcasing India's capabilities to the world and even showing the barriers that was there and the stereotype that was there for women. We are breaking all those barriers.
They always told me that yes, you can go and chase your dreams. In fact, my mom had packed those traditional laddus for us to carry on board. So yes, carrying all the values, carrying all the support, I think that was great to keep me going for 45 days. On the boat, we are the plumbers, we are the mechanics, we are the handyman, we are the crew, we are the helm, we are also the chef.
It's raining, it's night, and it's pitch dark, but sailing goes on.
This Republic Day, as the nation celebrates its unity, strength and resolve, we bring you a story that reflects India's changing narrative, where women are no longer confined by tradition, but are leading from the front, crossing continents and oceans in the service of the nation. The Three Services All-Women Circumnavigation Sailing Expedition aboard IASV Triveni is not merely a maritime mission. It is a bold assertion of Nari Shakti and the operational excellence of the Indian Armed Forces. With us in the studio are Major Omita Dalvi, Corps of Signals, Indian Army, who sailed from Mumbai to Australia, and Squadron Leader Aruvi Jaydev, Technical Officer, Indian Air Force, who sailed from Australia to New Zealand. Welcome to both of you to NDTV.
Thank you. Thank you so
first
much.
of all, wishing both of you a very happy and prosperous Republic Day. When we talk about a Republic Day, it speaks about duty, courage and resilience. And as women officers who are representing India in the international waters, what does it mean to you? To start with you, Aruvi.
Basically, what we are showcasing is what India is today. Its confidence, its capability. So as a maritime mission that we are doing, we are taking the woman empowerment across the globe and showcasing India's capabilities to the world and even showing the barriers that was there and the stereotype that was there for women. We are breaking all those barriers.
Well, before this expedition, it was the 1987 Trishna expedition, which was legendary in its own. And after this circumnavigation, of course, there was the Mumbai Seychelles training expedition that was done for all the Three Services women officer. How was it that it is, on one end, it is the training that helped you, and secondly, it was the Trishna expedition that you took notes from?
Trishna expedition was one of the kind that India had taken post-independence, and that was something that we had learning from because that was Indian maritime history post-independence. During our training, we had interaction with the Trishna team also, who were currently in 70s and 80s. All those army officers, we interacted with them. We took notes from whatever their experience was. So definitely Trishna would always be a legacy and something from which we all have learned. And Seychelles expedition would be our first international expedition prior to the circumnavigation. It was a precursor training for us to learn how international, like India, things are very easy for us because the language is same. We have support from the other services like Navy, ports, Coast Guard and all those. But in the foreign ports, the organization is different. The agencies involved are different. So Mumbai Seychelles expedition was a precursor and we had a fair deal of exposure for our circumnavigation expedition in that.
Omita, to know from you, times have changed. And when your family or your parents got to know that you are going for this particular expedition, that to circumnavigation across the globe, that too in the very first leg, which would be very challenging for you as well in your training process, you would have known about it. What was their reaction? How did they take it up as? And were there any beware, signs that were given by your parents before you sailed off?
So since we all know that sailing is not very common sport in India, so that has worked to my advantage because they didn't know quite much about it, what is going to happen. But of course, they have been supportive from the beginning. So they always told me that, yes, you can go and chase your dreams as you wish. We are always there supporting you. They have been there at all the ceremonies, and they have been supporting me. In fact, my mom had packed those traditional laddus for us to carry on board. So yes, carrying all the values, carrying all the support, I think that was great to keep me going for 45 days.
For good 45 days, and that would require a lot of training. Was your training more rigorous than, the actual sailing? Because the training, like you mentioned, was for quite good number of years before you guys sailed off for the training expedition. How was the training process? What was the process? Who all were included in the overall part of it?
So the complete concept of Tri-Services Women Expedition came in the year 2022, and there was a year-long selection procedure out of which 42 women officers from all the services have participated, and initial training took part. Training cum selection trial took part in 3 phases, out of which we 10 were selected, and then we got posted to the Mumbai AOR because that is how this is our base for sailing. But when we are training, it is not just sailing that we are training for. There are a lot of other nuances related to it. So we had physical training, a lot of marathons and all that running.
Okay.
That is all to increase your physical stamina. Then we had in sailing also, the circumnavigation is offshore sailing and it is prolonged sailing. But we had competitive sailing also. So we competed with each other also to increase our skill sets and camaraderie. And when you're competing, the josh is also different. And similarly, we had different trainings for navigation, map reading, meteorology, and admiralties, different publications and all. You have to refer those. So we all were new to this. So we all were taught all those things. And simultaneously, we were taught first aid, life-saving skills. So it was a very rigorous and interesting 2.5 years.
Well, certainly it looks interesting.
Yes.
And also sounds, to know from you, see, the sea demands cohesion, teamwork and trust, especially on each other. Because it was, an all-women expedition that you guys undertook. How is it that through this particular program, your teamwork and cohesion within the team, it increased? And what were those experiences where you felt that this is why I trust my crew?
So, yes, definitely the sea tests us, the ocean tests us because it is very unpredictable. So that's when all our hard work, our teamwork, our leadership comes into play. So whenever there is a problem that comes on board, we try and solve it unanimously. We of course we listen to everyone's opinion because yes, everyone has their different opinion. And then when we try finding an answer which is closer to logic, I think we stick to that. And yes, of course, whatever duty is taken up by each crew member, that yes, I will be at the helm, yes, I will be on the watch, yes, I will do the winching of the handle. So all those, then it is our own leadership that we bring in, and that's how we do it with teamwork.
Well, this circumnavigation is in several legs. Yes. Both of you were a part of the first and the second leg. And also they were the most challenging ones if we look at it, because of course, the sea, you never know about the weather. What were the challenges, not as sailors of course, but also as women, that you faced during this entire expedition?
As a woman, I don't think there's any separate challenges, but it is as a human being who is very used to living on land, having so much of resources. When we are on board a boat which is mid of the ocean, the challenges for even small things become very crucial. Now it's winters, so we are in almost 7 to 8 layers of clothing. So changing clothes is not like a luxury like where we can do it on land. Then having a fresh ration, like whatever we want on land or what we wish for when we are on land. That is not available. Resources are limited. You can't take bath very frequently, and it's like on board we don't have any heating techniques. It's cold, you have to bear with it, and in this cold weather you're sailing continuously, and the water is splashing on you. It's raining, it's night, and it's pitch dark, but sailing goes on. So as a woman there's no special problems, but as sailors we face a lot of challenges, but we take each day as it comes and we face it as a team, and we are going on strong with the expedition as of now.
Well, my question came in from because when the viewers or be it the people of the country, they got to know that this is a completely woman-based expedition happening, there would be several thoughts, that comes up in a person's mind, especially when they get to know that there are no men or there's not even a single man on the boat or on the yacht. So based on that, do you think that with this expedition getting successful in the coming months, this is going to break several stereotypes?
Yes, definitely. Let me give you an example.
Yeah.
When you think of someone who's going to help you with plumbing, you always think that a gentleman will be there. When you think of a mechanic, you always think that a gentleman will be there. So on the boat, we are the plumbers, we are the mechanics, we are the handyman, we are the crew, we are the helm, we are also the chef. So these are the diverse roles that we are carrying out on the boat, and all of them are being handled by an all-women crew. So that's how I think we're giving out a message that yes, no task or job is gender specific. It is all just about your merit and your skill, how you do it. So definitely breaking all those stereotypes.
I think this is a very common question that we get when we are sailing. So they feel it's like in the movies, you're just sailing. They're not understanding what is going behind it.
True.
There are lot of other things like Major Umita mentioned. We are doing our navigation. We are doing map marking. Any mechanical, electronic repairs we are doing out, cleaning, cooking, everything is done by us. So people are like, koi banda nahi hai. Nahi yaar, it's like all women. So yeah, then take us also. We are like, you're not there. Now we are trying to set a example stating there's no barriers.
Exactly.
Anything and everything, we are in all spheres and we are excelling in them. So I think this is one step forward in that.
Well, absolutely. And women today are making their mark in each and every sector. You mentioned, and women are already there.
Yes.
But also, there are young girls who are aiming to look up to such, programs, to be a part of such sectors and occupation and profession. But somewhere it is the start point that they usually miss on. And this can be for either girls or any individual. What would be your message to those people dreaming about it but are unaware of the start point? And what would be your guidance to them, to start with you?
Oh, I would say when I joined the Air Force, the information must be limited. But these days with social media and all, I think it is more easy to get information. So all the curious minds in the country should be more curious and inquisitive. If they have a particular interest, they should go behind it and search for it. There's no dearth of information. Like if you want to join Air Force, you can Google into www.careerif.in and get each and every details. So you can aspire to be like us in the uniform, and there are plenty of opportunities. Like we have done our core duties also in Air Force, Army and Navy. Now we have got this opportunity to do something that is such a unique event, and it will be creating history. So all those aspiring future generation should know what they want in life and try to achieve it. So they have to be more inquisitive and search for what they want.
My additional point in the forthcoming question is, also India's image across the globe. With this expedition or expeditions like these, do you think that this will change the image of India when it comes to its women, the way they look up to it, or that women today are portraying such roles in a country like India and across? How do you think this will change the mindset of people?
Definitely, it is going to be an upward graph to see women coming from India. Because I'll give an example. When we were in Australia, and when the people there got to know that an all-woman crew has sailed all the way from India to Australia on a sail yacht by themselves without any support, I think they were very appreciative of the fact, and they motivated us. They gave us their professional guidance. So yes, of course, they are looking up to us. In fact, we interacted with kids of the sailing club in Fremantle in Australia, and they were absolutely inquisitive and happy. And I mean, it's a pleasure to have interacted with them and to share our knowledge and to, motivate them. So yes, we are not actually extraordinary people, but we are definitely ordinary people who have chosen duty, hard work, and resilience.
And that is how you have achieved the heights that you are at today, and wishing you all the luck that this expedition, which is already successful till now, turns out to be even more successful, and wishing our viewers a very happy Republic Day with such expeditions where women today are making a mark in every sector, you name it, and women have already made a mark there. This is Sujata Dwivedi. Keep watching NDTV for more news.